Hi, how are you? Today we're going to do the first problem in our group of epilepsy. If you come down here, the page of the book is 207 and there was a 3 here. I just erased it, which means that that's the one we're going to do. And the title of this group is epilepsy. And the theory for this group, for all these problems, is in this video. You can type this code and you will find the theory for the whole group. Okay, now, this is the text of the problem. Problem is 03, and says, intractable epilepsy, grand mal type, status epilepticus. Now, this is a mouthful. It is a little confusing. There are so many things here. So, this is the technique. First, we have to isolate the keywords. Okay? So, I'm putting here keywords. See, I wrote here keywords. And there's intractable here. There's epilepsy here. There's grand mal type and status epilepticus. 1, 2, 3, 4 keywords. We have to find a code that includes all these 4 keywords. Okay, the first thing is to identify which is the main condition, right? And by just reading at it, and because we're in this chapter, the main condition here is epilepsy. All the rest are just descriptions of the type of epilepsy, but the main word here is epilepsy. Right? So we start with epilepsy. Now, if you saw our previous theory video, when it says epilepsy, then you have to do this code, this way. You see, epilepsy here is a G40. It starts with G40, the code, and you need a 4 and a 5th and a 6th character to complete according to the other description of the problem. Okay, so we forget about this and what's this? Unspecified convulsions, right? We forget about this because it says epilepsy in the description, so we have to concentrate on this, right? Just this. Let's put a little arrow here. This is the solution to our problem. Okay, so we have the first 2 steps. Now, we're going to find a path that includes all 4 keywords. And we're going to go in order. First, once you got epilepsy, which is the main thing, we go to the index and we go to epilepsy, right? And then we start with intractable, right? And try to find their grand mal and status epilepticus. If we find that, that's probably our code. If it's not, then let's try a different route. For instance, we start with grand mal and then try to find the other 2. Okay, but first we're going to do it just in order. Let's start with epilepsy, which is the main condition, and then go in order. Intractable, then try to find grand mal. If we don't find grand mal, try to find status epilepticus and see what we come with. Okay, so that's what Stephanie's going to do while I hold the camera. Thank you. Set?
Yeah.
So we're going to start with epilepsy.
In the index.
In the index, it's alphabetically, so you go to the E for epilepsy, right?
Right.
All you have to do is just know your alphabet. You have to go to the E, and then we go to epilepsy, right?
Right.
Now, if we go to, let me give a quick shot to our keywords here. There's our 4 keywords. We need intractable, we need grand mal, and we need a status epilepticus. So let's start with, we got epilepsy already. Let's start with intractable. Go to intractable. Right there, intractable. And then let's look for grand mal there. Is there grand mal under intractable?
No.
No. Is there a status epilepticus under intractable? Yes, right?
Yes.
And the code would be G4911, right?
Right.
But we're missing grand mal there. So this could be the one, but we're not sure, probably not. but let's just write it in case we don't find something closer, right? So the code would be G4911, right?
Right.
So let me, I made a little summary here, you see? Let me do this. There you go. You go to the index, right? Then you go to epilepsy. Then you go to intractable, right? Then you go to status epilepticus. You're missing grand mal. There's no grand mal in that path, but that code that we get is G4911, okay? So let's try another route, another way, okay? Instead of beginning with intractable, right? Let's begin with grand mal and see if on the way we can find intractable and status epilepticus, right? So we go to epilepsy, right? And then go first to grand mal to see if grand mal is there.
With grand mal.
No, but I want to see grand mal first. Is it there?
No, grand mal isn't there.
Let me see. It will be G after G, right?
Right.
It's not there.
No.
Okay. Let's not despair because it could be with, right? With grand mal. Let's try to see if we can find with grand mal. With grand mal seizures. There it is. But it says grand mal seizures on awakening. We don't have on awakening on our text description. But at least it says grand mal. We have to test it in the tabular anyway. So at least it says grand mal. So what does it say there? Grand mal, it says C, epilepsy. Generalized.
Specified NEC, not elsewhere classified.
That's right. So we're going to go that path. We have grand mal already. So now we go to generalized, right?
Yes. We go to generalized.
Generalized, and then?
And then we go to specific.
Specified,
NEC,
right?
Right. And then we go to intractable.
Intractable, which is our second keyword, and then we have?
With status epilepticus.
We have our fourth keyword. So we have epilepsy, we have grand mal, we have intractable, and we have a status epilepticus. That sounds like it's a path that has everything. And let's review that. Let me review that with, I made a little path here. There you go. You see? You go to the index, then you go to epilepsy, then you go to grand mal or with grand mal. It's tell you instructions to go, blah, 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 go here, go there, but then you find intractable, and then you find a status epilepticus. And this code is G4411. I think this is our path because it has everything. It has epilepsy, it has grand mal, it has intractable, and it has status epilepticus. The only doubt is that when it says grand mal, it says on awakening, right? But that's where we're going to go to the tabular and check it. But this is our best bet for now, right? So, Stephanie, can you write this code here, G4.411, in our table here?
Okay.
G40.
Point
1.
One.
That is the one that we have to check in the tabular, okay? So, how do you check in the tabular? You go to G40. And in the tabular, it's alphabetically and numerically. So the G40 would be in the G's, and then that's probably G10, G20, G30, and G40. Where's G40?
Here.
G40, right?
Right.
What's G40? Epilepsy and recurrent seizures, right?
Right.
Now, G40, and the next character that we have to check is number 4, right?
Right.
So go to number 4.
Go to this column.
Number 4. And let's see if we find any of our keywords there. Grand mal seizure, right there. No awakening is in general grand mal seizure. So we're okay. It looks like we're in the right path. We have epilepsy and we have grand mal seizure, right?
Right.
Now the next character is 1. 4, 1. There you go. There it is. Intractable. We have another keyword. Ooh, it looks like we're in the path. And the last one is another one, the status epilepticus, right?
Right.
Other generalized epilepsy with epileptic symptoms intractable with the status epilepticus. That's the path that we need. That's the code that we need because it has all 4 keywords. It has epilepsy, it has grand mal, it has intractable, and it has status epilepticus. So that is our code. G40411. And we tested with the answer of the book: intractable epilepsy, grand mal type, status epilepticus, and that is the answer that we were looking for, G40.411.